Good day, folks. Good afternoon, Section Dale. This is Group 5. We're going to discuss to you the political and the economic condition of the Philippines during the Third Republic.
Go.
The Third Republic started when independence was granted by the Americans on July 4, 1946, and ended upon the imposition of martial law by President Ferdinand Marcos on September 21, 1972.
Go.
During the Third Republic of the Philippines, we had 5 presidents.
First was Manuel A. Rojas, who took the office on July 4, 1946 and ended it on April 15, 1948. Following him was Elpidio Carino from April 17, 1948 to December 13, 1953. After him was Ramon Magsaysay, who took the office on December 13, 1953 to March 17, 1957. The following day after Magsaysay's unexpected death, Carlos P. Garcia became the president from March 18, 1957 to December 30, 1961. Following him was Diosdado Macapagal, who started on December 13, 1961 and left exactly 4 years after it on 1965.
Now let's start first with Manuel A. Rojas' administration.
When Manuel Rojas started his term as the first president of the Third Republic of the Philippines, the country was paralyzed because World War II just ended. Commerce was experiencing recession because farms and factories were ruined. Transportation efficiency was down due to the bombed roads and bridges. Many people were massacred and towns and cities were burned down. Because businesses were closing, there were no more jobs available for people. Unemployment rates were rising at a fast pace. Education also severely weakened. School buildings were destroyed and instruments to teach children were obliterated. The following are the laws and programs under Rojas' administration. First is the rehabilitation and reconstruction of the war-ravaged Philippines. Second is the adoption of pro-American foreign policy. Next is the approval of Bell Trade Act. And the proclamation of general amnesty. The Treaty of General Relations, which stated that America withdrew and surrendered all rights and possession, supervision, jurisdiction, control, or sovereignty over the Philippines, except the military bases, was also passed. Next is the approval of the Tidings Rehabilitation Act of 1946, recommended by Senator Millard Tidings to reconstruct the Philippines, and the further aid was given through loans. Another is the passing of parity rights, which granted U.S. citizens and Filipinos equal rights in exploiting the Philippine natural resources. The Bell Trade Relations Act was also approved, giving free trade relations between the United States and the Philippines for 8 years until 1954. There was also an assassination attempt towards Rojas in Plaza Miranda on March 10, 1947, while he was delivering a speech. Luckily, he was able to escape it. The culprit was caught and later identified as Julio Guillen. Rojas did not finish his full 4-year term. He died from heart attack on April 15, 1948. Now let's move on to Elpidio Carino's administration.
On April 17, 1948, 2 days after Rojas' death, Vice President Elpidio Carino took the oath of office as President of the Philippines.
Carino's administration faced a serious threat in the form of the communist Hukbalhap movement. Though the Huks originally had been an anti-Japanese guerrilla army in Luzon, communists steadily gained control over the leadership, and when Quirino's negotiation with Huk commander Luis Tarok broke down in 1948, Tarok openly declared himself a communist and called for the overthrow of the government. The following are the achievements of the Quirino administration. First is the improvement of the economy. Second is the creation of the first ever minimum wage law in the country to give laborers a better life. Next, economic mobilization program to industrialize the country and to give more jobs to the Filipinos was also created. Also, the Central Bank of the Philippines was established in order to stabilize the currency of the country. Farm-to-farm market roads which had benefited many laborers in the rural areas were also established. Quezon City was also declared as the capital of the Philippines on July 7, 1948 to 1976. The next president was Ramon Magsaysay.
In the election of 1953, Magsaysay was elected president after Elpidio Quirino. As a president, he was a close friend and supporter of the United States and a vocal spokesman against communism during the Cold War.
Ramon Magsaysay was the first president sworn into office who wore barong Tagalog during his inauguration. The following are the laws and programs of Ramon Magsaysay administration. First is the creation of the Social Security System, which provides retirement and health benefits to all paid employees in the Philippines. Next is the passing of Agricultural Tenancy Act of 1954, which provides for greater protection to the tenants by granting them the freedom to choose the system of tenancy. Another is the National Resettlement Rehabilitation Administration in 1955 to resettle the many landless Filipinos. The Agricultural Credit and Cooperative Financing Administration was also created to strengthen the agricultural capability of the country. Next is the creation of the Presidential Complaints and Action Committee to hear the problems of the people. Some of the achievements of Ramon Magsaysay were the ranking of the Philippines as second in Asia's clean and well-governed countries during his presidency. He stopped the Huks in terrorizing the people and became popular to the masses. Considered as the most beloved man of the country, Ramon Magsaysay served his people at his very best. Unfortunately, the nation cried when he unexpectedly died from a plane crash in Mount Manungal, Cebu on March 17, 1957.
Garcia assumed the presidency after Ramon Magsaysay died in a plane crash on March 17, 1957.
Diosdado Macapagal was born in Lubao, Pampanga. He was a lawyer and professor. His daughter, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, was the 14th and female president of the Philippines.
From 1946 to 1961, the Philippines observed Independence Day on July 4. But on May 12, 1962, President Macapagal issued Presidential Proclamation Number 28, proclaiming June 12, 1962 as a special public holiday throughout the Philippines. This is why the Philippines currently celebrates its Independence Day on June 12.